Ep Lake and the staff at Lakes Alignment has been serving Laurens and surrounding counties since 1954, offering you the best in suspension, alignment, and tire services. And now Ep and Lisa Lake are proud to announce the addition of Neil Harden and our 24-hour truck, trailer, and tire repair facility with state-of-the-art equipment. Lake's Tire Facility is conveniently located to I-16 and all roads throughout Middle Georgia. Call on us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for truck, trailer, and tire repair. Call 272-4230, serving the Southeast for over 65 years. Lakes Alignment and now 24-hour truck, trailer, and tire repair.
We're at Roach Farm and Garden and hunting season is here. It's that time of year. Need to get your food plot going. Carry a full line of Rackmaster by Pennington Seed. Wildlife mix, deer mix, peas, oats, soybeans, iron clay peas, and wheat. And for your dove hunters, Milo, sunflowers, and feed wheat. Even carry Mojo decoys. Full line of trophy feeders, gravity and spin feeders. And once you get them, you need to have something to put in them. With bulk corn, we got corn on the cob, deer feed from ADM, Antler Extreme, and 4S Draw. You will soon need something to cook all the game. We got grills, griddles, deep fryers, not to mention outdoor benches, chairs, and fire pits. Keep in mind, we got a full line of Carhartt clothes. Want to make your feet happy? Pick up a pair of boots. We got Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Twisted X. Need trail cameras or rechargeable batteries? We got Spy Point, Wild Game Innovations, Plot Watcher, and Stealth Cams. Come check us out. No time to get your minerals out in the spring? You still got time. Roach Farm and Garden carries salt blocks, mineral blocks, trophy rock, Vapple, and deer cane. Need a place to sit? We carry Millennium lock-on deer stands and tower stands from Custom Outdoors. Don't forget to pick up some Voodoo deer lure. It puts a hex on them. Come see us at Roach Farm and Garden, 2 locations, Dublin and Wrightsville.
All right, welcome on to West Laurens High School. We're here with head football coach Kagan McLean. Coach McLean, you went into last week with a good game plan against the best team in the region, it looks like, Perry. They put up some good points on you. Now, you started out well, Coach, but did you start out with the lineup you thought you were going to start out with?
No. I mean, we're the last several weeks we've been down several players with everything, but I mean that's part of some seasons you go through that, some seasons you don't. You know, we've been hit with some injuries this year, but then, you know, you throw in the quarantines on top and it makes it harder on everybody. You know, we're not the only ones going through it, but it has been tough on us this year, and then, you know, no excuses or anything. I mean, Perry was the better team Friday. They outplayed us. We started slow, and then we kind of got our legs under us and started playing well till about the end of the third quarter, and ultimately we just defensively just weren't. I mean, it's 15-10 late in the game. I mean, it was competitive. We got a chance, but defensively we weren't able to hold up there at the end, and then offensively we just couldn't score points all night on them. They were really good up front on the defensive line, and our young kids up front, the 3 sophomores, just weren't able to physically match up with those guys, and it showed. And I thought Perry's the most. I think they're the most talented team in the region as far as overall. I think they had a lot of guys coming back this year. They're a good football team. They're well coached. I think them and Baldwin will play for the region title. Be definitely a different mix of teams there, with Perry being very physical and then Baldwin having speed. So I think it'll be an interesting game. But, we knew those 2 games are going to be the 2 most talented teams that everybody was picking to win the region, with us being in the quote-unquote rebuild mode this year, whatever you want to call it. But I thought we competed. I think if we were at full strength, we might have competed a little better. But ultimately, you know, those two teams deserve those wins, and they deserve the right to play for the region championship this year.
Yeah, 3 sophomores, that makes a difference. Of course, youth, anytime you put youth out there, I don't care how talented they are, how hard working they are, they're still young.
Oh yeah, no doubt. They like the experience, first of all, but even more importantly, they like the time in the weight room. I mean, when you're only in the 10th grade, you know, you've only been in the weight room for 2 years compared to those guys been in there for 4. So there's a big difference in a sophomore and a senior. But those kids battled, and they're getting invaluable experience. You know, the silver lining on all this is those young guys are getting to play. They're getting a lot of reps. We'll bring back 4 of our 5 offensive linemen next year. You know, we bring back our running back next year. You know, got some receivers that'll be back. You know, bring back a lot of our defensive guys next year. So, you know, we're fighting to get through this. I think that we got a really good shot of still being in the playoffs this year. And I think that'll be great experience for our young kids. And hopefully we can use that as something moving forward to get back on the winning ways next year.
Now, Coach, let's just keep it on the offensive side and on the line, because we know in the trenches is where so much is done, if not won. So are we still looking at the same scenario this week where we have sophomores starting, and is it because of contact tracing? We have 1 or 2 that may be back into play? Well,
we'll get some guys back. We'll have one of our offensive linemen will be back this week. He's coming out of quarantine for contact tracing. We got another one that's injured, and he's questionable. But we'll still have 3 sophomores on the line because you know we've been playing with 3 or 4 all year, in and out of there at different positions. So we'll have 3 of them up there, but it helps having the one that we're getting back. You know, he's a good player for us, though he's a 10th grader. He's going to be really good. So we'll still be in the same scenario. We'll get a couple guys back on defense. That'll help, I'm hoping. And you know, we were out a couple linebackers last week, and we were down. We lost 2 more guys, a corner and a receiver got injured in the game, so that's 2 more guys that'll be questionable. One of them's definitely out. The other will be a questionable for next week. So you know, it is what it is. It's one of those years, man. We're all kind of dealing with different things, and it is. I mean, there's nothing you can really say about it except, hey, next man up. Let's go get you some experience, and I think we can win. I mean, despite all that's went on, we're in both of those ball games in the second half. That's right. And as bad as we played Friday, is better, is more physical. Perry was than us Friday. You're looking at a 22-10 game. You know, I mean, it's a 2-score game, a 12-point difference, and it was a 1-score game till late. So again, just looking for the positives in it. Right. So you know, it ain't like we're out there, you know, getting beat 40-10 or nothing like that. So I think those young guys are learning to compete. I think they're fighting, and I think that this is valuable experience for them. And it's only going to make us better. And I think we got 2 games on the schedule that are winnable if we play well. If we don't, they're losable. You know, and then we get a chance to go to the playoffs, hopefully. Yeah,
Coach, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, break down some of the game from last week. So you stay with us.
Allen's Heating and Cooling is your licensed Amana equipment dealer. Trust Allen's Heating and Cooling to install and service your heating and cooling unit. Allen services all brands, and with the purchase of a new Amana, offers a lifetime compressor warranty. Call Sean Clark or any of his friendly staff at Allen's Heating and Cooling, your Amana dealer. Amana lasts and lasts and lasts.
Community Bank of Dublin Lawrence County is here to help with all of your financial needs. Our team knows what it takes to make life easy and convenient, and will help you get set up with our mobile and online banking. We founded Community Bank on common sense banking and a dedication to help people just like you. Our loan officer Gail Rainey, Executive Vice President Brian Bazemore, and Branch Manager Amy Thompson know what it takes to make life easy and convenient, and can help you with loans with almost everything. From your automobile, home, land, or any financial goals you have, come visit us today. Community Bank of Dublin Lawrence County, where common sense banking never goes out of style.
I'm Brad Grimes, and we invite you to join the winning team at the City of Dublin Natural Gas.
And we'll give you a free 40-gallon hot water heater.
Or a $400 rebate on a tankless hot water heater.
Get a $200 rebate on the natural gas furnace.
How about 0% financing for 60 months?
Plus, we'll make it easier and add it to your bill. Take advantage of this incredible offer today.
With natural gas, you'll never run out of gas again. Natural gas is dependable.
Natural gas is half the price of electricity and half of the price of propane.
So stop wasting money today.
And call the City of Dublin Natural Gas today.
at 277-5048. That's 277-5048.
Join the winning team at City of Dublin Natural Gas.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Well, Coach, you went in and you're always physical. I can count on that defense. I've said it over and over again. So many people take note of that. When teams prepare to play you, they know that if they can score enough points, they can beat you. But that's just the thing. You got to score points on a tough defense. You always bring it. But it seemed like last week maybe because of you having some secondary linebackers, some backups, and you had to fill some spots on some kids. It just wasn't quite there, that physicality, that get in the legs and hold them up, and everybody, all white hats around the ball.
Yeah, and it wasn't just that. Perry was just a more physical football team than us last Friday. I don't want to take anything away from them. Okay. They brought a lot of guys back. They got some upperclassmen, some really good ones. They got some young guys too, but they're big on the lines. They got some guys with experience on those lines. And they just, I thought we battled, but we're undersized this year tremendously. I mean, when you look at our biggest defensive lineman sits at like 5'10", 225, So we're not loaded up there. We got a couple really small guys who really have to battle and fight and have great technique. And Perry had some big guys on the front, and they just got their hands on us, and they were able to move us. And like you said, I missed a lot of tackles. That's something we haven't done all year. We had 10 missed tackles Friday, which is, we've been averaging about 3 a game. And so having 10 is just, 3 times as many as we're used to having, and a lot of those missed tackles led to big plays. I don't want to let anything sound like an excuse or take anything away from Perry. They definitely won the game. They out-physicaled us up front, and we've been harping on that in film. It's been a long time since that's really happened. And hopefully our young guys will respond, and they'll take up the mantle and say, take it personally and come back and respond next week.
Coach, you talked about a couple of injuries on that defensive side of the ball, and so tell me about who that is and who's the next man up, please. Yeah,
well, we've had, C.J. Johnson has a broken hand. He's cast it up. He's been able to get in some reps the last couple games with that big taped up club on his hand. Caden Snell was out last week with an injury. Hopefully he'll be back next week. Jacob Holsey's been battling an ankle. He did play at inside linebacker some, but he's dealing with that, and hopefully we can get him back at full strength next week. Isaiah Austin, a starting D lineman, has a broken hand, so he's also been in a cast, so he can play, but he's going to be clubbed up next week. We lost a corner. Martavian Blash got a rib injury. I don't think it's broken. I think it's just going to be a contusion, so hopefully he'll be able to come back and give us some reps. So we've really been battling it on that side of the ball this year. And then offensively with the contact tracing on the O-line, that's really hurt us. And we do have one offensive lineman out with an injury as well. And we lost a wide receiver to a season-ending injury as well. Will Killam had a dislocated hip, which they were able to get back in, and no major damage is done. He's going to be braced up for a few weeks, and he'll be good to go for spring sports and everything. But he won't play anymore this year, obviously. So we've been dealing with that as well. So, it's just been one of those years, And again, I'm proud of our guys because, we started out, had a bunch of injuries early on, went 0-2, got some guys back, won the next 3 games. Then injury bug hit us again, and we've lost the last 2, and now we're going to get some guys back, and hopefully we'll respond and win the last 2, But it's a great learning experience. It's a great, life does that. Life isn't always, win, nor is it always lose. There's ups and downs in life, and we preach to our kids what matters is how you respond to those ups and downs. And we've had a really good couple of days of practice this week in the off week, and hopefully we'll continue that and be ready for Rutland next week on a Thursday night. It'll be a Thursday night game, and hopefully get back in the win column.
Yeah. So, Coach, what are you working on this week besides trying to get healthy?
Us. We're working on us. We're taking those things that getting healthy is a big one. We're definitely trying to limit some contact so we can get through this week healthy. But we're working on defensively pursuing the football because we took a step back in that regard this past Friday. Tackling because we took a step back in that regard this past Friday. Offense, we're working on being more physical up front. Every week, those young kids on the line have just got to learn to be more physical. They got to learn to fight. They got to learn to battle in there. And so we've been working on that with them. But overall, it's been just a focus on us. We haven't done a whole lot with Rutland. We've looked at them, we've game planned them, but we haven't done a lot of install, because we want our kids to focus on, hey, what can we do better first before we look at game planning for somebody else? Because if we don't fix us, it don't matter who we play. We're not going to be very successful.
Yeah, you got to take care of business at home.
That's right.
Hey,
Amen.
we'll take a short break and be right back. You stay with us.
Hi, I'm Don Carswell with Dublin Chevrolet. Many of us are ready to enjoy the holidays. You know, family, food, football, and with these deals, a new Chevy from Dublin Chevrolet.
This Equinox LS is only $23,996. This 21 Trailblazer Active is only $25,295. Only Dublin Chevrolet delivers this Silverado Crew Cab Custom for an amazing $29,999.
Call, click, or come see us. Dublin Chevrolet, the only dealer you'll ever need.
When it comes to handheld power tools, there's no better name than Echo. From our consumer grade to professional blowers, we've got what you're looking for. We have hedge trimmers, string trimmers, and pole pruners to cut any job down to size. And Echo's battery-powered equipment gives you gas-like performance without the hassle. So come see us at Myers Equipment and Supply, 301 North Jefferson in Dublin.
Stepping Stone Child Advocacy Center is a nonprofit organization serving the Dublin and Oconee Judicial Circuit. We provide confidential services to children and adults who have experienced child abuse or sexual assault. We are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to respond to your crisis or need. When you take that step to report your abuse or assault, we will be here to help you navigate your way to hope and healing. You will be treated with kindness and respect as you receive services such as forensic interviews, medical exams, legal advocacy and support, as well as referrals to counseling. All of these services are provided to you free and confidential.
Hey, I'm Glenn Register with Hometown Supply. Hometown Supply, located in downtown Dublin, is here for all of your home and hardware needs. We are committed to providing you with quality products and service on our full line of new and used appliances. We also offer service on most any brand of appliance on the market today. So if you need repairs on appliance, just give us a call here at Hometown Supply. Local delivery is available for merchandise sold. Anything that a customer needs, we take care of. Just remember, if you can't do business at Hometown Supply, you just can't do business.
Well, Coach, you still got the day in and day out things at school. You have a lot of responsibilities that, in my opinion, a lot of coaches don't have. You got a staff that has to cover a lot of ground here at West Lawrence. This is maybe a little bit different system than some others in coaches' responsibilities. But how you feel about your staff right now and how everybody's holding up?
We got a really good staff. Those guys are very, very loyal. They're willing to do anything we ask them to do. We've had several of them out too with contact tracing. We got one that's out right now. We had one out right before that, so we're a little short-handed. But those guys pick up the slack and they get in there and they get it done. So I'm really, really proud of those guys. They coach hard. As I've said before, here we've got to be really well coached if we're going to be successful. I wish I could say we got the 7 and 8 D1 kids walking the halls. We just don't, and it's not. People will say, "Wow, that's just an excuse." It's not an excuse. I'm just telling you the reality. I've been a lot of places, and that's just the reality. We got good kids. We got hard-nosed kids here, but you got to coach them up so they'll know where to be. And our staff does a really, really good job. I got some really good assistants that do that. But historically speaking, we're not pumping out the D1 athletes. But what we do, we are putting out our kids who work hard, who are physical, who are tough, and who I think are going to go out and be successful in life. But it's just the type of kid we have at West Lawrence. We got a really coachable, really good, really tough kid here. We don't always have those 4-3, 4-4 burners. But you can make up for that a little bit by being in the right spot and having great technique. And our kids really buy into that. But our staff is a big reason. It's not me. It's those guys. They get out there and they get in those positions and they work those guys and they do a great job with them. And I felt like Friday we had a good plan on offense and on defense. But as the saying goes, plans kind of get thrown out the window and you get hit in the mouth. And our young kids got hit in the mouth a little bit Friday, and we weren't able to do a whole lot. But hopefully we're going to pick it up and get back on track. And every year I've coached football, I mean, you know, very few places are you popping 10 wins a year every year. There are places like that, but most places you have your ups and downs. And the key is when you have your down, it's not an 0-10 or 1-9. You know, a down year should be a 500 year. When you go 500, well, your talent's a little bit down, and then you get that program back up and you're winning again. So you know, that's where I think we've gotten at West Lawrence. When we aren't very talented, we have those 5 and 5 years. You know, where we still get in the playoffs or whatnot. But when we do have the talent, when it all's come together, then I think we excel here, and that's what we're building towards. Is to, you know, get away from that old 3-7, 2-8 mentality and say those are absolutely unacceptable records, and we're not going to do that no matter who we put out on the field. And that's our goal. Now, hopefully we can reach that goal. We may not always do it, but that's definitely the goal we're looking for.
So far, so good. You talk about the coaching staff. You talk about the, I guess, the philosophy here at West Lawrence. It seems to me, you know, it's that discipline that most people don't have that discipline. You got to be taught. You got to learn that discipline. You got to carry it out every single day.
Right.
Like you say, you got to get those reps. You get reps in the game, then you become more and more disciplined because you see what you do wrong and you learn how to do it right. But that's what I see out of the coaching staff here over the years.
Right.
I appreciate that, Coach.
Yeah, I mean,
discipline is important.
Yeah, we're a blue collar team. You know, we know that we're going to go out there and we're going to put in the work. If we don't put in the work, we're not going to show up and beat anybody, you know. And I think that starts in the weight room. I think we develop discipline and toughness as well as physical strength in the weight room because our weight program is tough. We've had a lot of kids who transfer into West Lawrence and want to play football, and then when they get in that weight room, they realize football's not for them. And we don't compromise on what we expect in that weight room. You know, if they can't handle the weight room, they're not going to play football for us. I don't care about anything else. I don't care what their 40 time is. I don't care about any of that because you've got to be tough to play this game. You've got to be tough to make it in life. And so, you know, we expect that. And our coaches do a good job of buying into that. And I think our kids have bought into that. And that's why we have been relatively successful for the past, 5-6 years.
Yeah. And Coach, if parents and if coaches at middle school, or if coaches at rec ball, or coaches with travel ball, or pick up on that, whatever they're doing, if they'll start them lifting weights, and because it's that muscle endurance as much as anything. I mean, you want them to be strong, and they're going to get strong, but that muscle endurance, that repetition of that goes a long way when you hit that field.
Yeah, and you know, the weight room is not just about the physical toughness. I mean, it is. You want to build size and strength, but I mean, until a kid hits a certain age and starts developing physically, there's not a whole lot you can do as far as that goes. Right. But you know, that mental toughness, I think, is the big thing. And I think that's kind of lost on our society as a whole. When things don't go our way, we want to make excuses. We want to blame people. We want to find someone else. Well, I'm the way I am because of this. No, you're the way you are because of your choices. Because, you know, we all don't start at the same place, but we all have the same ability to make choices throughout life to improve where we started to where we end up. You know, we all don't start on a level playing field. We know that. That's life. Life's not fair. But we all have an opportunity to improve ourselves. And those that sit around and make excuses and point fingers and don't improve themselves, they have no one really to blame but themselves. And we take that mentality into our football program. If you want to be a better player, if you want to get on the grass, you have every day in that weight room to show me you deserve to be out there, and you have every practice to show me you deserve to be out there. But don't come and tell me that you don't get a chance because you're not in the game. You get a chance Monday through Thursday. That's your audition. And it's in that weight room and it's on that grass. And if you do your job Monday through Thursday, then you're going to earn the right to be on the grass on Friday.
And Coach, again, you take note, I've seen it happen time and time again with Wes. You've got a kid that's coming along, might be a 10th grader, might be a 9th, 10th grader, whatever. He's just hard-nosed, works hard every day in the weight room. You put him on the scout team, he's taking on everybody. He's giving everything he's got. He's getting beat, but he's getting everything he's got. Eventually, you're going to find a place to put him in the game.
Yeah, and that's where we put him through that fires on that scout team. You know, if you can't get out there and give me tough physical reps on scout team, you're not ready for Friday night. We tell them, I say, look, you audition in that weight room, you audition on the grass, and then you get a chance on scout team and on JV to show me that you're ready for that next level. You start putting in work on scout team and you start dominating on Thursdays, you're ready for Fridays, you know. And those kids know that, and I think they take some pride in that. But we're not going to hand them anything. We're not going to give them anything. We're not going to say, well, just because you're so-and-so and you've been here for 4 years without your turn, earn it, man. If you're a senior and a sophomore's beating you out, well, guess what? That sophomore's on the grass. I mean, that's just, I'm not going to compromise what I believe for any of that. You know, I'd rather do something else than compromise my beliefs, to be honest with you. Right. But I think that we've got a good thing going here. I think that, you know, our kids, like I said, are bought into that and they understand it. We get good support in our community and in our school and in our school system, so they understand that. So, you know, it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you, Coach. We appreciate what you're doing. We hope it's a healthy week, a time where, you know, you correct some of the things that have happened to you. We'll come back next week and kind of break down what Rutland's looking like and our chances with them and how we'll look on into the region. Thanks for joining us right here on the Coaches Show. Thank you, Coach.